Hi there. It's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if this is one of your first times joining me, welcome. I'm so glad that you have found me. Make sure that if you've joining me through YouTube, make sure that you subscribe just down below here. Hit that bell and you get notified immediately as soon as I do go live. Another thing is if you're coming through Facebook, I don't see who the Facebook is if you're coming through my group unless you've given StreamYard permission. So I don't go in and say your name, but it's not that, it's just because you haven't given StreamYard permission. In any event, this is live. So if you are watching on replay, you may notice that I will be talking with the various participants that come on. And I'm answering their questions. I'm saying hello. And maybe it's a question that you have as well. Hello, Lorraine. Yes. So it is now what? You bought something and you go, what do I do with that? And it's really funny because I have to play around with it sometimes if there's nothing out there. So in any event, I did do a bit of playing around here with this particular project or product to date, and I'll go and I'll give you some tips with it. So let's jump on down to my desktop here. Hello, Janet, Pam, Judy, Lila, Betty, and Kathy. Wow, thank you. Now, one thing I do want to mention is the designer series paper is at 15% off. So it's if you do like the designer series paper, it's a great time to purchase to get extra designer series paper. Remember that this catalog will be going until, isn't that funny? I think it's going until May or April the 30th of next year. So you can turn around and use this designer series paper. So it doesn't include all the regular designer series paper. The only thing it doesn't include is any of the specialty papers and also these in color designer series paper. But what a great way. You save 15%. It used to be another type of a sale where you had to buy 3 and get 1 for free. I think this is actually a better deal. That's for sure. Hello, Felicia and Kim and Marie and Marge. I see that you're on here, and I see that you're actually through YouTube. So if you're through YouTube, I can see who you are on there. So it's all good. Awesome. So I did want to mention this. There's also another thing. If you are purchasing over $135 worth of product, the best deal is honestly to basically join my team, or that's if you live in Canada. If you live outside of Canada, your best bet is to join somebody's team and become a hobby demonstrator. You don't have to do any classes, you don't have to do lives, but the thing is, it is the best deal for you. I wish somebody had mentioned it to me. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't. So if you do spend about $100 a month, that is the best deal for you. And this particular month, you get in Canada, for $135, you get $205 worth of stuff. So it's really good deal. All right. So what product am I playing with tonight? Tonight, I am using the gorgeous Gardn dies. It has this beautiful die here, which I do have a project, and it's going to correspond with my technique on next Tuesday or another Tuesday, but this one would be perfect for that particular one. And then these leaf ones as well. And it's such a nice die, and when you see it cut out, you're going to be I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. One, I only ran it through once through my cut and emboss machine, but I am going to show you how to go about doing it. It is a little fussy, and it only gives you a small little border on here, and you want that border so that you can actually go ahead and attach it. So on this particular one, I did take some basic black, and I went and I scored it, and then I positioned this in such a way that it was right in the middle of this particular card. And then I used my Post-it note tape, and I attached it down. Very important that you do get it so it doesn't move. I will show you what happened when you don't, you get a little tiny one there, you get all uneven amounts, so on uneven things. So that is the best tip that I can give you on this particular one. And I also went and I scored this piece of cardstock as well. So I went ahead and did that ahead of time. Hello, Mary Ellen and Brenda. So good to see you. I love it when you do come on and see what I'm doing and you join me live. And if you're watching on a replay, just say that you're watching on a replay. Now, the reason I also talked about the designer series paper, because this is going to work really, really well with designer series paper. So I went and let's go get the one that I cut out. So I took my piece of basic black, 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. Then I went and I put this die on here and I did use the Post-it note paper. Now check out, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see that this not only cuts, but it also embosses. So I'm going to go in and on the opposite side, I'm going to use my bone folder. If you go and you use your bone folder on this side, you could tend to, you may rip the leaves on there. So a couple of tips there. Like I say, I can't wait to use this. It comes with 2 dies. It comes with the leaf die and this beautiful flower die as well. But I have a technique I want to do with that. All right. So I have some basic white, and I'm going to put this basic white here. Now, this to me would be, oh, excuse. Again, here I go on my sneezing. I could use this with just basic white, and the black and the basic white, I think is just stunning. But I want to do something else with this, and I want to show you how beautiful this really can be. So I brought in some lemon lime twist and pretty peacock, and we might use a bit of Tahitian tide. I'm not sure. So anyways, I'm going to come in with this and my blending brushes, and I'm going to just go in and let's get. Now, this lemon lime twist is amazing color to use. Start off when you're doing it. I want it to be quite dark. And then I really like the lemon lime twist with the pretty peacock. Are you loving the new colors? I mean, my goodness. You know, you're right, Betty. Just put on a sentiment. This is a relatively easy card. The hardest thing with this card is to get this in the middle. And that's why I say use the Post-it note tape and you won't have any issues. And I don't know if I'm actually going to go ahead and use the Tahitian tide. I'm not sure. Wouldn't these 2 colors be great with that bouquet technique? Oh my goodness. Let's see. You know what? I don't think I'm going to use the Tahitian tide on here. I think I'm just going to leave it with just these 2 colors, and you'll see how stunning it really is. So yeah, like I say, the best thing to do is if you are spending $135 is to join my team, or join, if you're not in Canada, join another person's team and get the best deal. If I didn't offer that to you, I wouldn't be doing my job. I say I wish somebody had offered it to me long before I spent a whole pile of money. See, because you do get a discount, but you don't have to do classes. If you do classes, it kind of supplements how much you have to spend. But anyways. And I'm going to come in here, do a bit more on here. But you're kind of getting the drift of where I'm going with this. Now, any color under this black would be just stunning. I even thought of silver would be good on it. I thought of any particular one, but watch this. Just look at that. Is that not so pretty? And because I've got that, I'm going to also, you know what, I might just come and just do a bit more, a little darker on here. Now, I could have, like I say, used another color with it. Sometimes that it's a little overpowering when you do that. So that's why I kind of just stuck with the two colors here. All right, let's close those up. I'm loving this color refresh. All right, so like I say, that can go right like this. And I'm going to go ahead and attach it on there. But is that not just stunning and simple, right? We all love simple cards, right? So, oh, thank you, Betty. Yes, give me the thumbs up, share my video. That would be awesome. I really do appreciate that. All right, so I want to show you a couple of other things that you could do. So instead of doing the coloring, this is some designer series paper. This is from Fresh as a Daisy designer series paper. Look at that. You can turn around and pick your ones that you want. It would give you the same sort of idea from there. You could turn around. You could use silver with it. You could also turn around and just use plain cardstock behind there and get another stunning look. This would be very pretty with red as well. Let me grab some Poppy Parade. That'll show you there. See? Like I say, it's amazing. You could, at this point, if somebody had a wedding thing, you could turn around and you could basically, yeah, you could do this in any color. It would be just amazing. All right, so I think now that I think of this, this piece is probably a little too small. I did cut it down a bit, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it onto there. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to use my glue. And you know, I'm not going to put it right on the edge. I'm going to just do the leaves because I can move this a bit. And like I say, I ran it through once, which is amazing. You know, yeah, I was surprised how easy it went through and cut it out. Didn't even have to use my wax paper trick either. So yeah, if I don't go on to this part here, then I won't have problems with it sticking in on the inside of the card. Now, my other tip would be cut this where it's just like 1/8 of an inch smaller than a quarter of a piece of cardstock. I did this almost 1/4 inch smaller. So like I say, I'm not going around the edge. I think this will hold it in place. Now I want to go ahead and put this on here. There. And I'm doing it from the inside, and then that way you can see. You want this to go right up. There we go. Now let's turn it around and see how that works. So easy to do. Now, it looks like I got a bit of glue there, so I'm just going to come in with my glue eraser. There we go. And don't have any around there. And that's because I didn't put it around the edge there. Wow. Yellow would be nice on there too. All right. So then these are a new product. These are the in color. Now I use lemon lime twist, but this is the parakeet party. These pearls, I might use those. I'm not too sure. I'm going to turn around and this is going to go on the inside of this card. Now, what I could do is also, and well, I don't know if this is how it's going to look. A grad card, anything, Betty. You're right. It's pretty amazing what you can use on this. So I'm just actually going to go and cut these parts off. And I'm thinking to myself that I could, we'll see how this turns out. It may not turn out very good. Just going to cut those little tabs off because this was completely wrecked. And if Jeanne was on, I would say you could also put this on the envelope. See on here, then we could go ahead and put this right on the corner. And just to kind of tie in the front and the back, let's just do a tiny bit of sponging. Just going to go ahead and put this on here, and then I'll trim that part off. Okay. Yeah, go in and watch again, Marjorie, and then that way you'll see how simple this card is with using this die. Like I say, on Tuesday is when I plan to use the other die from this set. Talk about, that would be for a technique, but talk about a simple card. All right, so just going to come in with my silicone mat. And we're just going to put this right here in the corner. Go, and then I'm just going to go ahead and trim this part off the back. So all I did was take some of this, and this is the piece, like I say, that didn't quite work right. Yeah, just use that Post-it note tape. Oh, this one we're going to have to stick on there again. Let's see where that went. There we go. If I stick that back on there, we won't have a sticky bit on the inside of the card, so it front and the back don't stick together. Okay. Should let that dry just a bit more. All right. So that'll just go right on there. And this could be one of those ones if you want to write lots on there, right? You could have, because of this other piece on there. Right, so let's go ahead and put that on the inside. And of course, then we have to put our sentiment on. I'll probably do this as a thank you card. Wow, this would be, oh, look at that. Let me just put that right in there. No, it goes this way. Should have let that dry better before I went and cut it off. No, that one's not going to fit. Definitely want to have, I want to cover that up because that's a little tacky. Okay. I don't want that sticking to the inside of the card. There we go. All right, so there's the front of the card. There's the inside. And like I say, we could turn around and put some sentiments on the inside. Now, I am going to use the thank you from the Earth and Elements. I love this thank you. No, Earth and Elegance. Man, what is the name of that stamp set? Betty, you're good at that. All right, so I was just going to put this across here just to show you how simple that really is. So now I could do it with just plain black, and I think I will this time. If it doesn't work very good and doesn't come out very dark, I'll turn around and just do some embossing on it. Let's see how see how nice that font is. Oops, I got a fingerprint on there. All right, so I'll just cut that part off. Just like that. You know, it's really too bad that we don't have, oh, we do have some black dots. I don't know where they are. Oh, here they are. Yeah, so I've got these classic matte dots that are black, so I could probably put those on there. We're going to put these on with dimensionals. Put it on with black dimensional. There. Now, we have ribbon. Let's see, this will go like that. And then we have this ribbon that is the lemon lime twist, which, see how that'll work. Because I had another alternative. You know, sometimes all you have to do is just tie a bow, big bow, and stick it underneath, and it'll let's see. Put this underneath, and if it's done a certain way, it doesn't look like a bow, but it looks like you've done that twirly bit with the see how that, or I thought of this ribbon too, which is the 3-pack ribbon, and I could turn around and come in with my, is this lemon lime twist? Yeah, this is dark lemon lime twist. See how this is going to work. This kind of has a silver edge on it. Like I say, really simple card. Very easy to, that's duplicatable. And let's see, let's just tie this in a knot and see how it looks. We don't know if that's how we're going to do it or not. So do we want that on there? It's pretty thin. So I'm thinking we could actually do this like this. I think I'll put it right down below. All right, so let's take these off. Betty, you're too funny. You would have to sign your name very large because you never know what to say. Well, sometimes it just depends. Like if you're, yeah, I'm not much for saying things either. Short and sweet, right? Now, I mean, you could sponge in here a little bit more, but that at least gives you the option. There's some people, like you might be giving the card to somebody to use, and they're very wordy. My godmother was very, she would write a whole letter. It was amazing. I loved getting cards and letters from her. All right, let's come in with my take your pick tool. Take this and just like that. Now let's put it up above. And I'll just trim that just a bit. Like I say, we're not going for too much style on this card. We're going for simplicity. Like I say, the hardest thing with this is the cutting and positioning it, but use your Post-it note tape and just really, really easy. So I could use these pearls, but I think I'm going to turn around and just use the black dots. Okay, that you colored embossed sentiments. Yes, it does. It works great. So you could do that, you know, and then color it. Yes. Awesome. All right, so this is just black. Put one there and one up here. There we go. Right there. Simple, simple card. I guess if we wanted to have a little bit more of the ribbon on there, we could have tied a proper bow. I just don't think a big bow would have been the answer to this particular one. Let's just take a quick look. Even just this plain lemon lolly would have worked too. Yeah, a big bow would have been okay, but I think the knot is okay as well. So there we go. There's our card, easy peasy card. Sometimes it's so nice to have a card that is so simple to do and doesn't take any time. Now, these are the gorgeous Gardn dies. They basically come with the leaves and this flower one. Like I say, stay tuned on Tuesday. I should be doing something with it as long as it turns out the technique that I'm working on. But anyways, so awesome. Thank you. Lemon lime twist is nice, and with black it's amazing. So if you like that, give me the thumbs up. Remember to basically, and I'm going to apologize, I'm going to have a dog barking here just very shortly here. Share my video. I really do appreciate that if you do share my video. And also, if you do live in Canada and you do not have a demonstrator that you're working with, I'd love to work with you. Give you tips and tricks as we go along, because that's my whole purpose of going live as many times as I do a week, is so that it gives you the confidence to create your own beautiful paper craft products. So thank you. Yes. See, Pam just went and said, she says it would be great idea to have some of these done up ahead of time. Just add a sentiment and voila. And you know what? Can you see this one also done really, really pretty with a pink, like I would say the Melon Mambo and the Daffodil Delight. Ooh, that would be a really pretty one. Another one that would be really nice is the purple and Calypso Coral. Oh, there's so many things that you could do with this. Oh, the colors are amazing. Awesome. All right, you guys. So we'll see you on Saturday. It's my regular card sketch. Oh, and I've got to do some drawings for some stamp sets. Or if you live outside of, if you've entered into any of my mystery challenges or my card sketch challenges, I will have a draw and I will have it done by Saturday. So we'll see you Saturday, 10 o'clock, and Sip and Stamp. We're going to resume our Sip and Stamp. Don't forget also that the Fresh as a Daisy Stamp Camp is open. And the one thing about this particular stamp camp is the dies are on low inventory. So if you're wanting to partake in that stamp camp, it's the International Stamp Camp, reach out to me and I'll give you the information, and I would order sooner than later. In any event, you guys have a great evening. Remember to create, because it's great for the soul. Bye for now.